Welcome back to our final game of our final series of our final qualifier for ESL One Genting. We're nearly done, and so are these teams. One game separates VG Gaming Thunder and Newbee Miracle from getting themselves to ESL One Genting in Malaysia for the minor. As we head into the draft for game number 3, it's all tied up 1-1, and we have something different. Drag and Drop Tinker has been banned.
It has been indeed, an Omni Knight actually also slipping through the banning phase, immediately picked up in as the first pick here for VGJ Thunder. That does mean that Nightstalker and Lycan, once again, the nighttime duo fall into the hands of Newbee.M still. So, off to a decent start here, everyone's sticking to, at least Newbee.M sticking to the guns with part of what worked for them last game, who were not fans of the Tinker first phase. And previously in this qualifiers, we also haven't really been part of the, fans of the Lycan first phase. But well, let's see if it works, how it works out this time around.
If your opponents don't draft or play against it and try and counter it, then why not keep bringing it out? I mean, Newbee.M did a great job in game 2 to really play around their Tinker and their Lycan. Killing off SF a number of times definitely helped out. But VGJ Thunder this time, hands on the Omni Knight to try and give them a little more laning prowess in the early game. And of course, that lovely Repel and Guardian Angel against the Lycan summons. I do enjoy the Lycan with this Helm of the Dominator build though, proving to be a real nuisance. Gives him the regen he needs, gives him the attack speed aura, and of course, you get that movement speed from your shapeshift. Adding in with all the necro books, you swarm in onto people, and it can be difficult to get yourself away.
Yeah. There's just generally a lot of value that you can get out of neutral creeps, but also just taking over siege creeps sometimes here to add even more push to the tally. It's something that Thunder will have to deal with through some wave clear. Right now, Omni Knight with the Purification can sort of count, but it's not nearly enough. Sand King also has to expose himself if he wants to get rid of a lot of creeps and or summons. So now with the bans, both teams figuring out, alright, where do we want to go, what heroes do we need to take away. Newbee.M, of course, with the Disruptor, one of these better heroes up against the Lycan, being able to glimpse him around, lock him in inside the kinetic field, so that he cannot really make use of the movement speed of his ultimate. Thunder certainly going to need something like that, probably, to try and account for that. Puck still in the pool right now, could be an option. But Newbee.M might ban it out right now.
Well, I've taken a while here, thinking about what they want to do. VGJ, this time, you know, leaving things open there for their core heroes. Need to give Sylar a good game this time around. You know, he started off farming like a champ, but they needed to help out the Bat, they needed to help out the Shadow Fiend, and things really did get away from them in that mid-game period. But with Sand King Omni, some really good laning power. I need to start looking for some building hitters though, for sure. Try and shore up your physical damage. Maybe go for one of those nice hybrid heroes like the Luna or the Gyro. Again, to just deal with this Lycan. It's so damn hard.
Again, reserve time spent on another ban. I'm trying to figure out what Newbee wants to do and actually take away the Rubik. Huh. I guess not wanting to give over that tool set from the Omni Knight. Sand King also has a few good spells to give over, most notably that Burst Strike. And maybe it's also an indication of what else they want to do. Perhaps an Enigma on the horizon. Something with the channel spell that Rubik would have had an easy time stealing.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, lots of little things that add up and make Rubik a decent ban.
Yeah.
Oh, Newbee.M, no Tinker Lycan this time. First phase banned by VGJ. So, options-wise for this mid laner, could look towards... oh no, wait, DP's banned as well. Never mind. Never mind. Viper is out there.
Razor still in the pool.
Razor one, yeah, he's been banned second phase in pretty much all of these games the past couple of days. There's also a Puck, but Puck mid hasn't really been that strong recently, so they go with their 5 instead to start things off in the Bane. And leave... Maybe they leave their mid until last. They've been leaving their 3-4 until last and keeping that kind of loop open into the final stage of the draft, which has been very good from Newbee.M so far. And VGJ Thunder, what is the game plan here? What on earth do you do against a Lycan? How do you stop this man?
Well, some catch, some hard lockdown would be useful. Perhaps even out of a Legion Commander for themselves here.
Shadow Shaman should be good, I think.
Yeah, that could
Hex
work.
and Shackles against Bane and Lycan. You've got the push from one of your support heroes as well. And it still leaves your draft pretty nicely open for damage sources to come in on top of Shackles and the disable he brings. But it's also he trades hits nicely with Night Stalker early on, because Night Stalker likes to get up in your face early, then first nighttime run at you. With Ether Shock level 1, level 2, you don't care about his armor. You just rip through his HP straight up.
Yeah. You have to settle for something here as the result time finally winds down. It is the Witch Doctor again. So, going a little bit more aggressive perhaps, making use of that Maledict. But you need to combat it up properly, of course. With the Sand King's Stun, perhaps an Omni Knight also. Throwing in the Purification on top of that.
And you've got the cast to stop these Lycan summons coming towards you.
Yeah.
Newbie. What is your game plan? Catch and kill with Bane and Night Stalker. We don't see much Mirana nowadays. It really has fallen out of favour of late, but could be good here in the mid lane. Relatively open hero as well, but again, like I was saying, it's just more common for them. Well, maybe not for them, but more common in general for teams to pick their offlaner now and leave their mid till last. But we'll find out here. There's their Tide. But a team fight to go along with it. A great way to deal with the Omni as well. If you're able to get up in his face, force him to repel himself, to heal himself. Then you have the Ravage for the rest of the team. Able to maybe catch a Sand King as he's epicenter blinking. Channeling of the Witch Doctor's Death Ward can be stopped. All around just an annoying hero.
It looks like one of these more or less standard strategies of grouping up around the Tide Hunter, the threat of the Ravage, and then utilizing the push power of the Lycan to bring down objectives.
Finally.
And yeah, Thunder with the Luna.
Been a long time coming. The Sylar Luna will arrive. Now we have the mid versus mid. 10th or 9th and 10th pick.
10 seconds remaining.
One team gets to go first, though. They get to counter pick. The other team gets to counter pick. It's a tough spot to be in. Banning out the Storm there. I think we might see a DK ban here. But if DK is left in, maybe VGJ Thunder go for it themselves, because that does fit pretty nicely into their draft.
Also add that push component, that's the tower push component that they've been lacking. Luna, of course, can get rid of creep base rather easily.
10 seconds
but only hits towers as hard as anyone else would.
What do you ban here? Sniper ban into DK pick? Were you thinking about an OD, maybe?
Potentially. Be Viper? No. Wouldn't really make sense here in this game.
I think OD is reasonably good against Tide, against Lycan, against Bane potentially with a save.
Can set up for the mid gank rotations coming in from the Sand King.
Radiant team pick.
Imprisonment 4 seconds for the Sand King to come in, but instead it's the Gyrocopter.
Well, we wanted one of these, but two of them is cool again, I guess.
It's like more of the same essentially, right? They both provide very similar things, but one of them is going to have to do it out of the mid lane.
10 seconds remaining.
And I guess they'll decide once to see what Newbee wants to run there.
5 seconds remaining.
And more often than not, it's going to be a Gyrocopter just with the homing missile spam.
You may now select your heroes.
Sick.
That's also a new hero.
Zeus against Gyro mid. Luna Witch Doctor against Tide. This is going to get very interesting.
Could be a bit of a kill lane in the bottom, at least, for the first couple of levels. Tide Hunter, if he's a little bit too far forward, too confident, without being tanky enough to back that up. So, you can definitely see even the level 1 Maledict come out there. But this middle lane, it's just going to be spell spam for both sides, isn't it? And Zeus going to have the advantage because he does have the cheaper spells. Homing Missile, not exactly a light on the mana department.
It depends on the Sand King and the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
VGJ could potentially look to just set up a tri-lane, honestly. Kill off the Zeus a couple of times, shut him down early on. Lycan definitely still is a threat, though. But as always, it's going to be that game of drawing supports around the map, trying to get the attention of the Night Stalker and the Bane away from the Omni, away from the Luna, and try and force it around that mid lane, where you have your supports yourselves, and try and limit the experience gain here of the Zeus. But we will see what happens as we get ourselves into game number 3. VGJ Thunder up against Newbee Miracle. Can we run through the players? They don't have their proper names, but we can do this. We've got Just on the Lycan. We have Le Yuan playing the Zeus in that mid lane. Arwen, the Tide Hunter up at top. Cat Feces, the Night Stalker, and we have Origami playing the Bane. All smoked up and ready to go. While over on the other side, Sylar, where are you? Are you on the Luna? Yes. Good. On the Luna. Karma playing the Gyro. Should be Yang on the Omni Knight. Fade, Sand King. Hiding around. Spotted. Oh, not hiding well enough. Found and seen. They know there's an Obs Ward around somewhere. And of course, number 5 is AO on the Witch Doctor. Up at top.
Certainly, mistakes in this kind of a game could lead to you missing out on Genting, so both teams gonna have to be very careful here about trying to avoid these kind of things. Just running in one by one happened a couple of times in this series. Now Luna, Sylar already being threatened here, slowed down with the early point up in Gush. Securing that bounty rune for the Tide Hunter. The extra one for the Zeus.
Double bounty for Gyro, though, as he swings towards mid lane. What's he done? Put his TP scroll in his backpack. Yeah, bringing more tangos out to the mid. So Gyro on Zeus. Homing Missile already set up there, but the Sand King is making the long rotation back up towards top. This aggressive tri-lane's being set up. Something I didn't expect at all, but it looks like it just might be a quick burst of aggression to kill off Luna, Witch Doctor, one of these squishy heroes very early on. Try and get them away from the creep wave as Luna steps forward. Witch Doctor and Sand King both waiting in the wings. They want to start off on the Tide.
Denied.
Well, they won't commit just yet, and this leaves some natural 1v1s elsewhere. Gyro with the magic wand gets a couple of charges up at top lane. They're going back in onto the Luna again, super squishy. One more hit will do the job, but Sylar survives. He will not fall here. And they batter back the rest of these Radiant heroes to make sure that the Luna can regen nicely. While bottom lane is the Omni, 1v1ing Lycan.
Melee hero on melee hero should be Omni Knight favorite, right? Lycan only having the Howl to look back on, but it's a very long cooldown, number 1. Eventually you have the Feral Impulse. Give yourself an extra bit of regen, but yeah, we already see the Bane forced to run down here to help out a little bit. It's a huge creep wave though, so...
It's massive!
Yeah.
But that's the trouble. Like, you're being double waved here, and sure, Lycan has the Quelling Blade, he can last it under tower decently, but it's just going to be the fact that you're tanking unnecessary damage to get those last hits. And
Omni Knight is not being zoned out, he can just continue to threaten, throwing a couple of punches of his own.
Get some denies in.
Yeah.
There we go. Everything back to normal. Just need to make sure the creep wave meets outside of tower range, which it should do perfectly. On the line exactly. And the Radiant have their wave back where they want it to be. Mid lane, what's happening? Zeus running low on mana. Already expended a lot here to get the last hit lead that he has, but denies going the way of Gyro as expected. Better attack, damage, and animation should win out over Zeus in that field.
The 1-1-1 for Gyro, spell for every opportunity, especially with Sand King roaming in, but he's just sitting there in plain sight. Observer on the other high ground here helping out, of course, as well. There's only the 2 of them here. One of them is an illusion, maybe trying to go for a bit of a bait there. The other Sand King just acting like he's the real one up top. ultimately not really working out. Zeus not falling for the trick. And well, probably the most skill potential up here. So far we haven't seen any big plays here, because yeah, Radiant, they're keeping themselves in a very decent position. Like, not really going one step too far, but there it is now, perhaps with the melody coming through, set up by that burst strike, and Tidehunter, no anchor smash or anything, so just the Kraken Shell to rely on, and that's
always surviving with the Tango regen.
Yeah, just barely.
1 charges in Tango regen, 30 HP with a salve to go. Needed a little more damage, maybe 1 extra Lucent Beam to secure that, but unfortunately not available here. Still Omni farming very nicely bottom lane, getting a lot out of this early laning stage, while Zeus 18-1, pretty even across the board. It's just the Luna who's being pressured heavily by this aggressive lane. This early point in Gush securing last hits for the Tide is pretty interesting as well. No points in Anchor Smash at all. Kind of realizing that he's not likely to get up in the face of the Luna, Witch Doctor Sand King, as they play forward on him. But nighttime hits. 4 heroes around the top third of the map here from the Dire. They need to secure these lanes up against this Night Stalker. They don't really have any vision of him moving in towards mid. Radiant Ward will see the Gyro, his maneuver back towards the far eastern side, and he'll just play safely from here on out.
As long as it's not too far away, like, he can still rely on his those magic wand charges. Now 13 as Zeus continues to spam out a few arc lightnings here and there.
He doesn't expect this though, but Night Stalker doesn't come in. Instead, since Zeus is out of mana, makes the long swing down towards bottom. Bane can start things off with a Nightmare. Omni Knight, no Soul Ring, so no mana to cast any spells. 2 stick charges is all he really has, and Bane needs to get the stop onto this, but not in range to get the Nightmare with the Sand King TP. They're all deterred back, while Shrine coming up in a couple of seconds. Zeus is like, I'm going to use this. If anyone wants to join me, come on, hop in. Bane will happily TP back towards it.
So not the biggest rotation here. Tidehunter was already farming up the jungle, so Sand King was not needed up top for anything. Witch Doctor doing just support things here, stacking up cams and doing pulls. So it's already triple stack on his hard camp setup for the Luna once these glaze start to come out. Or perhaps for the Gyrocopter, depending on who they prioritize more. But Gyro here actually focusing more on the Rocket Barrage. So eventually, if they do find some sort of opening here, based on homing missile or burst strike or vice versa, then you can walk in close for the extra bit of burst damage.
Lycan now is going to start winning this lane though. He's got his helm, he's got the creep, he's got the centaur chopping away at the Omni Knight. Here we go, extra hero available, pops the Howl as well as they are moving in top lane. Bane doesn't find the go that he wanted though. And Witch Doctor back next to the Luna, perfectly safe. And where's the Sand King? Down at bottom in fact. Not really sure what he can do down here, but bounty runes are available for collection as Gyro. Oh, this is super close. Neutral creep. Unfortunate.
Even had the DD rune bottled up for the longest time, but couldn't get the finishing touch. It's gotta hurt so much.
6 minutes in, we're still waiting for first blood.
I know, right?
Both teams very timid, of course. 1 game is all that separates them for that qualification spot as Lycan TPs to Shrine. Spooked here by the Omni Sand King, but we'll just have to farm the jungle with that Helm creep. Tanking up and aiding him a little bit. Still the setup top lane. Luna being pressured, unable to farm creep wave, and an Observer Ward right on her head means that the level 2 Nightmare should be coming out here. Sylar caught by the Bane. Night Stalker has the silence to go with a Void as well. These raindrops not enough to keep the Luna alive, especially with a Zeus ulti thrown in. Securing the first blood onto Sylar, but the Gyro rotates in with a good cooldown, landing onto 2. There's the catch, but he's got to get the flat cannon hits, which he does, as the Burst Strike follows forward with the Maledict here. Another Rocket Barrage not available. The 1 charges were, but Gyro not enough mana to get another secure on that secondary kill.
He would have barely put him, wouldn't have even put him in range for the Rocket Barrage just with the 2-1 charges, so unable to get that secondary kill, but at the very least they do avenge the Luna. And who is still some stacks to catch up on, I guess, if they really want to.
Gyro needs to get super active now. Highest level on this Dire team as the smoke pops. Zeus, yes, they found him. Can they kill him though? With a homing missile, they damn sure can.
No neutral creep denied this time. he had help with the Sand King. It's the kind of play that we expected. Not necessarily coming out more often because Zeus has been playing very defensively, but we expected them to go for these kind of plays, trying to make it happen with the Burrow Strike into the Rocket Barrage. Being completely maxed out now, so a ridiculous amount of burst damage.
Immediate D-ward out by Yang. Gets himself a nice Observer Ward kill as he chases down the Lycan. Popping the Soul Ring, just spamming Purification every chance he gets. Another D-ward mid though. Zeus, lightning bolt in. Everyone's killing wards as the Luna doesn't get the kill onto the Night Stalker with the ulti, and now the Shapeshift, the stomp from the Centaur, but a good move by Sand King to hold them back. The trouble is, they have too much damage, and Luna cannot withstand that kind of burst.
It's very, very deep. Omni Knight not really in position to help out with repels or purifications. So they can maybe get that quick kill with the Eclipse, but level 1 on a rather tanky hero like Night Stalker with so much support on his side was a very low probability
Radiant's
play.
bottom tower is under attack.
They do pay the price for it, so Luna dying again, not ideal. That's a hero that you want to stay ahead of the curve with. Now look at this, Titan's even stealing the stack.
Wait, where? Oh,
Topping,
wow.
yeah.
Radiant's middle tower.
Just say, yeah,
Sneaky
that was a
devil.
triple or something. Well, taken away in its entirety. Lycan taken over, also farming this jungle. We have to get them out of here. They have to teach them some respect. The Sand King TPing to the shrine. Maldic already up with the Death Wards, bouncing through, and that's plenty of damage to get rid of the wolf. Get rid of the wolf.
Not expecting the Witch Doctor level 6 there. Not respecting it, definitely.
Yeah.
As Gyro mid throws homing missiles in towards the Zeus. The Bane solo dies to the Omni down at bottom as he's killed off tier 1, killed off Bane, mid tower's falling. Zeus, you can't deny this, dude. He's faking out animations. Now he's going to go for it. Gyro is going to come forward. Oh, he's scared. He's spooked. TP's in. Ravage is ready, so the deny on the tower will be there. The trio of Radiant heroes securing it.
Radiant's top
Took them
tower
forever,
is
but
under
they finally
attack.
did it. Gyrocopter with another DD rune. Kind of amp up these flag cannons as well, I believe. So super useful.
I really don't know which team is favored in this draft. It's super weird. I guess I like Dyers more overall, but Radiant have Lycan and Zeus. Zeus is such a sick hero. What's his net worth like? It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Especially eventually when you get
Radiant
Nimbus
are
territory.
scanning.
That's a long way away, though.
Yeah.
Especially when this Omni Knight is so farmed. Phase drums, top net worth, level 9. Maybe they wish that this amount of farm was on Sylar, but that's fine for now. Smoke up from Sand King and Gyro again. A DD rune bottle once more. Tide holds the Ravage, but if they can chain stun him, they should be able to bring him down with a call down and Burrow Strike. He does pop the Ravage as the rest of his team's coming forward, but the stick charges. Keeping Gyro up and running with the help of the raindrops there potentially as well from the Luna, but it's not enough damage to bring anyone down on the side of the Dire as the Omni Knight sprinting forward. This is him. This is his forte as he opens things up for the Luna. Tanks the Nightmare, and they open up with a Lucent Beam Eclipse spam. Killing off the Bane as mid lane. Witch Doctor found by the Lycan, diving in deep and with the Maledicent Cask slowing him a little bit. He still gets the kill.
Yeah, I mean, if they get the tower now, that's still alright for the Dire side, I want to say. It's getting, especially forcing out the Ravage, barely not dying to the Zeus combo. They got very, very close on the Gyrocopter in particular. But
Yeah, Ravage down, kill on Tide, kill on Bane. Top tier 1. Only losing a Witch Doctor seems pretty damn good.
yeah, especially if they can also hold on to all of the health points in the mid tier 1 and second killing himself will be enough to make the Lycan not want to commit too much to it.
Hello, my friend. I don't know this game. Who is similar to Win for Now?
What? Look at a Twitch channel.
Yeah, I just see from the corner of my eye, Twitch chat is spamming and making fun of someone who's coming to chat. But that is now a copy pasta, apparently. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. That's bullying. That's internet bullying. Bad, but good at the same time.
It's funny. Like, I feel bad, but it is funny.
They've danked it up.
Dire are
Here we go. VGJ Thunder spotted as they breach the ramp. Bane runs away. Scan from the Dire doesn't catch anyone. The Nightmare there to slow the Sand King's advance, but the drums are popped and they are going in deep. Luna being chased back by the Night Stalker, just spreading around and now TPing out. So the VGJ game plan for that not really going to work out as intended.
Do chase all of them away from this bottom half of the map, but that does just mean that they have to farm somewhere else, like in the mid. Now perhaps joining his team up top by the looks of it. That seems to be the plan as they looking towards his tier 1 tower. 1 TP, that's the Omni Knight. Not exactly an easy kill, even though he does not have the Guardian Angel just yet, so maybe there's an opportunity here. Lycan with the ultimate sends in the Wolves first. It's gonna have 2 more TPs here. There's one from the Gyrocopter, another one from the Luna, but they're already calling it quits. Space created, I guess, but fight's not quite over. The rocket will fly. They got the range on the Bane, and the interception here from the supports. The cask bouncing towards the Night Stalker, running away from the Bane so as to not bounce back onto him, but he's still left to die.
They're chasing for more. Gyro spam pinging, saying, "Get in there, go and catch some more. Get this bounty rune. Don't give them anything." They do have Ravage over on the Radiant, but with Shapeshift down, Zeus not available, moving down towards bottom lane. Really not a fight they would like to take. Where's this Luna now? Has Sylar farmed? He has done the farm. He has the Mask of Madness. He needs to stack some Ancients. And he needs to get some more farm done.
He's farmed an item that helps him farm even more.
Very good. Radiant scan on him so they know where Luna is, but getting there is not going to be easy. The thing is, though, they'll have Necro 1 coming soon. Lycan going to be able to shift into the next gear. VGJ, though, deciding to go for this backstab. Omni pretending like he's the only one, but the TP away, no cask available. Witch Doctor unable to get that done.
Still just making a statement here, diving very deep on the Radiant side of the map. Just trying to put the fear of God into Newbee.M right now, but they're grouping up together. Rockets flying into the Zeus. This could turn into something, especially with the call down Ravage being used to just keep them away, but maybe also to turn this around. Gyrocopter taking a lot of damage here, but the cast bouncing through the Fiend Skirt, but the repel making sure that there's nothing that the Zeus can do to actually turn this into something. 2 of them will fall. Witch Doctor gets the kill with a Maledict in the end, but looks like they're hiding inside the trees here, but the chase is there. Burst Strike on a Bane, very easy kill indeed, and Titans, nowhere for him to go. Nothing for him to do but join his teammates in the afterlife.
None of that matters because Sylar did the farm. He's still going. Scouted by Lycan Wolves, but he's still farming, guys. His team winning battles while Sylar hits the creeps.
What's happening in the bottom lane? There was one creep at the tower.
Another set of creeps being gone on by the shape-shifting Lycan under the shrine, healing up, but Sylar, the Guardian Angel! In comes Omni. Has he got a heal? He's silenced up, but he should be able to keep Luna alive through all of this. And now the turnaround potential. No cancel on the TP, they'll clear up the creeps instead.
A lot of gold here, 125 of that Helm of the Dominated creep, and another bit of extra gold here from the Necronomicon Warrior. Plus 100.
Top lane, there was some nifty little plays. There was a Nightmare on Zeus to stop the damage from the homing missile, the Ravage from the hidden spot here. But Sand King, Omni, just too big.
Yeah.
Burst strikes come through, they chase them back, the damage not there, and if you don't have your Lycan, you don't have your frontline, you don't have that hero who creates chaos and havoc and actually does damage and chases people down, so sticking onto a target was impossible for the Radiant, as Zeus just isn't at that stage where he can blow people up just yet. And while you look down on bottom, you'll see the Night Stalker dying to a wicked sick Gyrocopter.
It's part of the problem, right? I mean, this trifecta of heroes, the tri-core lineup, if you will. Omni, of course, being more the utility core, but Gyro and Luna, all of them are sitting neck and neck in terms of net worth. And all of them in the top 3 slots. So that is a good sign if you are a Thunder fan. That makes it so that all of them will be able to combo up with like 1 or 2 extra heroes to get these easy kills.
3 to 12. After all the series we've had today, it has to be the last game that looks a little bit stompy.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, game's not over yet by any means. We have seen stranger things, and
Oh yes. much stranger things.
It's not over until the internet explodes, especially with Zeus. I was talking about Nimbus territory later. Like, you can get to a point where with Axe is building into then the Octarine and puts it out at like what, 30-second cooldown or something silly. It is obnoxious to deal with at the very least, especially if you have the Gyro and the Luna as not exactly full-ranged heroes, so you cannot outrange the Nimbus AoE, I believe.
All of these towers falling quickly. Oh look, Luna's doing it again, back in exactly the same spot.
Yeah.
the triplet of camps, so good for Gyro and Luna alike. Sylar finishes off Mask of Madness, Dragonlance, 2,000 gold saved up, closing in on that top spot of net worth, but the Gyro will hold that for now as the other 4 Dire heroes just running around the map, doing everything. And Sylar seems to be the backup plan if things go a little bit awry. There's the Dire scanning though. They know there are heroes sat behind the Zeus. It's the Lycan, it's the Tide, but it's also the Bane significantly further behind. And now the scan, it actually hits at the tail end. Bane hiding in the trees. But VGJ Thunder, they're the ones with the Blink Sand King. With the Burrow Strike forward into Epicenter, they found a big target. It's the Lycan. They'll stun with a Maledict's cast combo, and down he goes.
Titans even already started to TP out before they revealed themselves even. So like in no way he was getting out of that. And it's the highest farmed hero right now on the Radiant side. This is quite a significant kill. Sand King here showing off the Blink Deck and now a couple of extra 100 gold towards his next item, maybe 4 staff or something like that. Max mobility, and now the big guy once again the target here in this game. Oh, for the first time in this game, I guess. Aegis looks to be claimed by the Dire, unless they can do something about it here. Phoenix Group from the high ground. A couple of heals though, repel.
And then?
And then nothing. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. They do stop the Roshan, though, at the very least. VGJ are sent back to regen up a little bit, but Gyro still with cooldown, regen rune bottled, wants to move forward, farm some more creeps.
There's still Ravage up, there's still Zeus running about somewhere with that ultimate with the just spam 3 points up on the static field now, so it's starting to add up if you allow him to do something here in these kind of fights. You can only repel one of your friends, essentially.
Cancel the regen! Go on, Wolfie! He's not fast enough! Cancel the regen! Oh, he's not even attacking, just move commanding, I guess. Didn't see the regen get popped. Oh, and under a sentry he goes. Lycan just trying to shove out these lanes a little bit. Has his Hellbear, has the Wolves going. But Omni comes back and deals with it all as a 4-man smoke again without Lycan. He'll move towards the shrine and they should group up together for this Roshan.
Thinking might be tanking this though. Just an inch away from broken the smoke and quick fingers there on the on the sandstorm. Still something available though. For the Blink Burst Strike in a couple of seconds.
No mana.
With the one he does. Not much more than that though. The one Burst Strike would have had to be enough. Again, no side committing for anything over eager here. You don't want to throw away your lead if you're Thunder or extend it even more if you're Newbee.
Oh look, now it's Gyro doing the farm. This spot is overpowered. Like legit, this here is overpowered. Being able to draw 3 camps and ancients in is just ridiculous. Silly. Like there's nowhere else you can do it. Here you can do it with like 2 camps where you can kill these 2. You can't really do it on the Radiant side. Like it's just not available to you. That Dire side is just super sick, but a smoke in, the Ravage will come through, Luna's caught and zapped. Almost immediately dismissed, but they've got the Omni Knight slept up. They don't have the GA or the heal. A cooldown will come out. The Gyro looking to take down the Zeus as they dispatch him immediately. Now the Bane in all sorts of trouble. They'll TP out the Tide, but the Guardian Angel will arrive. Not catching the Witch Doctor there, only the Repel as they chase back on the Night Stalker. And one by one, Radiant heroes falling. The Tide Hunter did come back and kill the Witch Doctor, it looks like, as he turns and burns, but a 3 for 2. Ends up being pretty decent there for VGJ Thunder. But again, I have to ask, where's the Lycan?
Is he doing the farm? He's doing the farm, but he's not doing the split push, which is supposed to be doing. There's still tier 1 in the bottom. And he could have probably gone on, but yeah, that's a problem. Sure, you get rid of the Luna, you kind of slow down the Omni Knight's saving her. But there's still a Gyrocopter who can do the same kind of thing. He's doing plenty of damage when the Omni Knight finally is released from the shackles, and now they find more. Buyback was used on Sanking to help a couple of extra cleanup kills in the end. And it's not the worst fight in the world, but if this is the result, if the result is that Thunder can just continue the pressure and take do some chip damage to towers, take control of the map, then that was ultimately not a fight that is helping you all that much.
They should be thinking about Roshan soon. They're pinging it out now, realizing tier 2 mid really isn't the objective that they need.
Yeah.
Silas Luna has a TP available. We'll swing over towards the pit as well. And like you're saying, with Ravage down, why not just poke your head in there? 23 minutes in. Newbee.M have made some pretty decent strides to come back into this, but it's going to take more than a couple of funny little smoke ganks with your 4 heroes to try and take down VGJ Thunder, as they are 5 in and around the pit, getting Aegis onto Sylar, and now sprinting forward, pinging out the Tidehunter, who does blink away. A slow burrow strike there. Sanking has been quick on his fingers all game, but a little bit delayed with that one, as a Tide gets himself out of danger. Zeus not in trouble. Omni Knight can't get in range or in vision for the Yule Scepter, and Sanking decides to throw a burrow strike in for good measure.
Oh, I have the lag, so I had them for a moment there. Huh.
3 dire heroes up at the top of the net worth board, though. Not looking good for Newbie Miracle.
It's been like that this entire game, and it's even gotten worse. It's not gotten better at all.
And VGJ, they're going to be looking for endgame now. Manta Style's here for Luna. If they can break a tier 3, yeah. If a tier 3 dies, the game ends. There is no way that the Radiant can deal with the glaive spam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Radiant's middle
Style there it is now.
Dire's bottom tower.
Can you prevent the tier 3? You have all the ultimates available. Zeus, not quite ready yet with that Aghanim Scepter. Needs another 300 gold.
Just denied a tower with an Alpha Wolf.
Gotta take what you can get, right? But would you say that Thunder right now, are they similar to win?
Radiant are scanning.
Are they what?
Are they similar to win?
Are they similar to win? Yes. That is something that I clearly can state at this moment in time.
Alright, there you go.
But has anyone been far enough as to do want more like? I'm not sure about that. Oh, Ags! Zeus! Here we go. With the Ether Lens. Smoke up. Let's play. It is Dota time for Newbee.M. Cast your spells and go and win the game. But you need your Lycan, guys. Lycan is here. Your team is here. If Lycan dies here and your team is here, that is bad. Luna. Oh, spots the smoke. The solo Ravage onto the Aegis Luna.
Everything being
This
dropped
is not good.
It's just the Aegis, yeah, and Lycan in the back. Focus on here, but almost getting the Witch Dogs here. The minions, the summons not quite catching up in time, but they still end up getting the kill. You better take over because I'm lagging.
There's no heal from the Omni because they've got the silence from the Night Stalker, but they'll turn around with the Gyro BKB one after one. They will filter forward now, the Night Stalker. Burrow strike in 3 seconds. Maybe he can fly over the pit and get himself away, but no, they will strike him with great vengeance as Gyro continues his streak. So they do lose out on the Luna Aegis and the secondary death of her, thanks to some great silencing from Night Stalker, stopping Omni Knight from really getting too much done. But could have wondered maybe if he'd used himself instead of other people, would have been able to turn it back around. Sylar probably a little unhappy with the way things went there. But Radiant team, they push out of their base, they use all of their spells, they get a couple of kills, but it's still the Dire in the driving seat as they've got the gem, they've got the map control, and they are the ones that can start to think about breaking that high ground.
Overall, the general trajectory of this game has not really changed, just, if at all, slowed down. But I'm not sure if that's even going to be enough, because at the end of the day, who's your right-click damage dealer in the late game? On the Radiant side, you don't have one. Like, Lycan does fall off. Titan is always just going to be the Ravage. Night Stalker can sort of do something if he talents-wise skills into that, but he isn't even that high of a level. Bane is also always utility, and Zeus will always just be magical damage. Which is significant, right? But this Repel is gonna be BKBs. There's the one on Gyro, the one on Luna being queued up now.
Dire are
Oh,
scanning.
that doesn't matter
Perfect
if you
Dire
lose
scan.
heroes one by one.
Bane, one-man burst strike, not catching the second. It will lead to an easy kill on the Bane as Omni catches a secondary one. And Zeus sent into the air, the call down on his head. They'll bring down yet another of these Newbee.M heroes as the burst strike forward. They've caught a third one by one. The chase, catch, and kill from VGJ. Too much to handle.
Dire's top
Newbee.M crumbling as now it's time to break high ground and kill tier 3s. The buybacks will flow, but with Luna open access to these barracks in a couple of seconds, the Glyph will defend for now, but it's going to take an absolutely huge fight. That's a big Ravage. They'll blow up the Luna potentially here with the damage from the Nimbus and the Ags ult from Zeus, but they need more. The BKB from Gyro will buy some time as Newbee.M defend their high ground. Another big kill onto Sylar,
tower is under
but
attack.
yet again, Omni Knight unable to save her.
Buying time, getting the Luna just a little bit too deep inside that base for a second, but it looks good, and that was, as I said, a really big Ravage, no counterplay available at the moment. And all of that adds together to delay this thing a little bit more. Tier 3 tower, no significant damage done just yet, but you gotta wonder how it works out when the next Roshan is up.
It's like 5-man Ravage into Lycan chasing you, into big ulti from Zeus, and you got one kill.
Dire's
Yeah.
structures are fortified.
It never looks
It's
good.
something, but it's not enough in the grand scheme of things, unless they can get... okay, some of these extra kills, they do tend to help, but it's only Witch Doctor now. Rockets already flying, Gyrocopter.
They need to
chase
wipe.
down his Night Stalker.
Blinking forward, Sanking, yeah, should be able to burst strike after the missile.
Yeah, he's dead.
Donk!
Dire's
Rest in
middle tower
pepperonis.
They got the tier 1 mid, but next Roshan, like you say, is definitely going to be that pivotal moment for both of these teams. But if you're spending all of these big ultis just to kill the Luna, and this is Luna pre-BKB, remember, if she gets that Blacking bar up and running, what, in the next minute maybe? Things look super bad for Newbee.M.
So that should be on the cards, yeah. Sylar farming up the Ancients and the hard camp. Now he has enough money available. Has it flying out now. There was a scouting result, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, who are they going on? Who are they killing? Nope.
Nobody.
Nobody's dying.
All lanes are pushed out. This is Newbee.M. They have a very hard time getting grips on this game. This Lycan has just felt like so little impact, certainly in comparison to the last game. It's never really got things going. Did a bit of teamfight damage here and there, but there's still some towers standing. Even tier 1 bottom completely untouched for like God knows how many minutes now.
Well, they nearly have the Lightning Bolt mini stun, or the cooldown reduction on Zeus, depending which direction he wants to go. Gave him the tome to try and push towards level 20. Still, it is a difficult proposition for him to be the carry in this game. As Lycan, fresh BKB, pushes down bottom, but it's still this group up and press play. As VGJ move down middle lane. There is the Bolt mini stun to go along with the little Nimbus. Gets very annoying, but again, it's just BKBs. They're here.
Yeah. All it takes is one fight here where the Zeus is completely ineffectual because of the repels and BKBs and everything. And even the pipe on the Omni Knight, I mean, it's also making a huge difference, just negating some of that burst damage from the proper ultimate, not necessarily the Nimbus, depending on, of course, how these spells are being thrown out.
Oh, like a butterfly on Gyro.
You're just getting everything. You're just going to the shopkeeper saying, hey, yeah, can I have that item? Sure.
Have fun,
Then
like
2 minutes later, he's back and, well, okay. Another paycheck. Yeah, all this cryptocurrency money coming in here for...
He bought a Bitcoin 7 years ago.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sylar, get the hell out of there. Pushes one wave very dangerously. But the Radiant don't strike. They don't get in time towards the Luna, as the Zeus ulti will spot them coming across this mid lane, but they'll all TP away from bottom, it looks like, and just defend their high ground for now.
Dire are scanning.
How about you? It's looking for somebody to intercept here, but if all TP'd out, Night Stalker last one to do it.
Just keep bot lane pushed out. You can always swing back towards mid and top for that
Radiant
Roshan area in a little while. as the Radiant do scan over towards the pit. Wolves will scout out as well. Newbee.M, they're holding on for dear life for that qualification spot. Not inevitable that they fall apart just yet. Still seeing the power of this Zeus with the Ravage if they're able to catch people pre-BKBs. But it would be nice with this blinking, full-staffing Tidehunter to get on top of the key targets, and it really does have to be the Omni Knight, honestly. Sure, you can jump the Gyro or the Luna and remove their damage, but if you don't remove the sustain of this Omni Knight, if you don't have this Night Stalker running around and silencing him permanently, which he's done a great job doing so far, but being close.
First strike misses. But Bane is still in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Well, goodbye. I will not attend your funeral because you're back alive in 40 seconds, but still. It's been nice knowing you. Trying
Attend
to
his
do what he
rebirth.
can. Yeah. He's trying to do what he can to keep lanes push out. It's really the only thing that's keeping the base alive right now.
Oh, they're pinging the like and they want to
Reliable
go in.
thing.
Luna, not really near enough, but they'll force the BKB TP. Oh no, the BKB shapeshift. He's not got a TP. He's running away. Got his necro books out and everything, but that is a huge waste. As potentially Roshan or even a high ground push is coming their way. Oh, Gyro, bottom lane. He knows the Zeus is around. He's got the missile on him. There's the TP home. The Zeus escapes.
It's going to donk him eventually. Time for the showcase view.
Look, Gyro's buying a blink now.
Oh well. So yeah, it's figured out that Roshan is back, style already starting on it. And this should be the final nail in the coffin really, unless Newbee can make some sort of miracle play happen. It's really what it comes down to. It's a stupid wordplay here because it's in their name as well.
Really will take a miracle.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This might be the one play to end it all. Roshan started by the Dire, silencing onto the Sand King with the Nimbus there as well. He has to use himself up, but this opens him up to blink out with a cheese. The Aegis taken and snatched by the Luna. It's the Roshan getting killed off by the Lycan, but the Cask in onto the Bane and Tide in the back. The cooldown launched in onto the Zeus, and Gyro chases him down. A good Nightmare to slow them up, and the Ravage coming in onto 4 as well, but it's all delay tactics. They don't have the damage just yet. With the BKB popped by Luna, the Lucent Beams from the Eclipse will bounce around and kill off Tide as Gyro has found the Zeus in the far, far west. And now with open arms, the Rax will accept their glaives, and Newbee.M will accept their fate as Lycan, found with a Yule Scepter, the chase forward. As the Gyro rips him apart, but the Rocket Barrage not quite enough just yet. The Enfeeble will delay the damage, and these 3 heroes of Newbee.M with no buybacks available are the only ones that can defend the base. They glyph, they pray, they hope, but it looks like it might just be over as the dream ends.
Glaives even bouncing all the way to the tier 4, softening them up for a little bit. But they want the Mega Creeps here, they want to play it safe. Meanwhile, Omni Knight taking a few spells, Nightmare on the Gyrocopter, but the Guardian Angel not even expended in the last fight. Gyro just gets himself another snack. Only 2 heroes remaining here for the Radiant side, and just wait to it. Little GG, well played is called. And it is VGJ Thunder who will claim that very last slot. Still open.
Go on, Omni. Oh, Omni buys a Dagon 5 and doesn't even use it. Yes. There we have it. VGJ will join LFY as we have our qualifiers from the Chinese group stage playoff, whatever you want to call it here. The bracket ends with 2 teams qualifying. There is no grand final. We are now done with the Genting qualifiers, and that is it. Until the Katowice qualifiers, because they're coming up soon. They're coming up in about, a week or so?
Pretty much. I mean, open qualifiers are happening at the 6th and 7th, I believe.
Yeah, very, very close.
And then the actual qualifiers start on the 9th. I do believe 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th.
But that is it. We'll save your German tongue suffering from the Fs and the THs and all of that nonsense, but that is it for the Chinese qualifiers. We're done for now. We've got our 2 teams qualified, and we've had some amazing series. I hope you guys all enjoyed the games. For now, goodbye, and see you next week for the Katowice qualifiers, which should be absolutely amazing. So, until then, have a good new year.